If you are retired or close to retirement, you have probably thought about it at least once. Should I work a little on the side, or should I protect my time and keep life simple? Today, we are talking about part-time work in retirement, the real financial upsides, the real downsides people do not mention, and how to do it in a way that does not wreck your routine or accidentally create problems with taxes or benefits. Let us be honest about why this topic is so popular. For many retirees, the goal is not to get rich. The goal is to feel stable. It is to protect your savings, cover rising essentials, and keep your life predictable. Part-time work can help with that, but only if you do it intentionally. If you do it impulsively, it can create a new kind of stress: schedule stress, health stress, and paperwork stress. So here is the framework for the whole video. You are deciding between two valuable things: more income and more freedom. There is no universal best answer. There is only best for your priorities. Now let us start with the financial upside, because it is real. The first upside is simple: extra cash flow. Even a small amount of monthly income can reduce pressure on your budget, especially for non-negotiables like food, utilities, insurance, and medical costs. The second upside is that part-time work can protect your savings. If your side income covers even one major category, you might delay taking withdrawals from investments or retirement accounts. That can matter emotionally, because you stop feeling like every surprise bill is stealing from your future. The third upside is flexibility. A lot of retirees do not want to commit to a rigid full-time job again, but they do want the option to say yes to a home repair, a grandkid trip, or a medical expense without panic. Part-time income can act like a shock absorber for your year. The fourth upside is that work can reduce boredom spending. This sounds small, but it is real. When people feel bored or lonely, they tend to spend more on little treats and convenience. A structured part-time routine can sometimes lower those leaks, even if you never think of it that way. And the fifth upside is not purely financial: meaning and social connection. Many retirees miss the feeling of being needed, being on a schedule, and interacting with people. When you meet that need, you often make better money decisions because you are less stressed, less isolated, and less likely to impulse spend. Now we need to talk about the downside, because this is where people get surprised. The first downside is taxes. More income can mean more tax paperwork and sometimes a higher tax bill than you expect, especially if it stacks on top of other income sources. The surprise is not that taxes exist. The surprise is that the same part-time job can feel very different after withholding, filing, and how it interacts with other income. The second downside is benefit interactions. Depending on your age and what benefits you receive, earned income can reduce certain benefits or create extra rules. I'm not telling you what applies to you. I'm telling you to treat this as a verify first category, because the wrong assumption is where problems happen. The third downside is Medicare and healthcare timing. Work can be great, but it can also complicate insurance decisions if you are changing coverage, adding employer insurance, or coordinating plans. Many people do not realize how much time and mental energy healthcare paperwork can take until they are in the middle of it. The fourth downside is routine damage. If a job makes you tired, your health habits slip. If your health habits slip, medical costs and stress can rise. That is why retirees often quit a part-time job, not because of the money, but because it costs too much energy. The fifth downside is hidden work expenses. Driving, parking, meals, uniforms, tools, subscriptions, internet upgrades, device upgrades, and even simple wear and tear can quietly reduce the real profit. Your paycheck is not the same as your net benefit. So the question becomes, how do you get the good parts without paying the bad price? Here is the approach I recommend as a general education framework. Decide your why, set boundaries, then track reality. Step 1, choose your why in one sentence. Is your why, I want to build a cushion for medical costs? Is it, I want to stop touching my savings? Is it, I want structure and social connection? Your why decides what kind of job fits, and it prevents you from taking something that pays well but makes you miserable. Step 2, set a time boundary before you start, not after you're already exhausted. Pick a maximum number of days per week you're willing to work, and pick a time of day you protect for your health routine. For example, you might protect mornings for sleep, walking, or appointments, and only work afternoons. The exact choice is personal, but the principle is not. Protect your energy first. Step 3, set an energy boundary, not only an hours boundary. 2 4-hour shifts can feel easy in one job and brutal in another. If the job drains you for 2 days after, it is not part-time. It is a recovery tax. Step 4, choose a job category that matches your retirement life, not your old career identity. Some retirees thrive in seasonal work: tutoring, light consulting, library work, front desk work, pet sitting, local deliveries with strict limits, or remote customer service with a fixed schedule. The best option is often the one that you can leave without guilt. Step 5, make a simple tracking system from day one. Track gross pay, estimated taxes withheld, and real work expenses. If you spend money to make money, write it down. This is not obsessive. This is how you avoid the "I worked all month and it did not even help" feeling. Now let us talk about benefits protection in a general, safe way. Your rule is, before you accept a job, confirm how earned income might interact with the benefits you personally receive. That can include Social Security rules, disability-related benefits, and healthcare programs. This is not about fear. It is about preventing surprises. Also remember that even if a benefit is not reduced, extra income can still affect taxes or other income-based thresholds. The safest mental model is, work income is not free money. It is money that can shift other numbers, so you verify first. I also want to mention retirement account rules briefly, because some viewers forget this. If you're taking required minimum distributions, those requirements do not disappear just because you are working. And under current rules, the RMD starting age is 73, with a scheduled increase to 75 in 2033. That does not mean part-time work is bad. It just means your overall income picture can have multiple moving parts at the same time. Now let us get practical about not breaking your routine, because this is where retirees either win or burn out. First, design your week like you're protecting a health plan, not chasing a paycheck. If you need 2 recovery days after a shift, you are scheduling too aggressively. Start smaller than you think you can handle, then expand only if you still feel good after a month. Second, build a shutdown ritual. When you get home, you need a clear signal to your brain that work is done. That can be a short walk, a shower, changing clothes, or a cup of tea. It sounds silly, but it is how you prevent work stress from leaking into sleep. Third, protect appointment flexibility. Retirement is the phase where you finally have time for preventive care, physical therapy, and consistent habits. If part-time work makes you skip those, you are trading short-term income for long-term cost. Fourth, choose predictable scheduling over maximum pay when possible. Many retirees do better with stable shifts, even if the hourly rate is a little lower, because stability protects sleep and lowers stress spending. Fifth, beware of identity traps. Some people return to work and slowly drift into full-time energy again because they like being needed. That can be emotionally rewarding but physically expensive. You are allowed to say, "I am available for this many days only," and keep your retirement life intact. Now let us cover one more modern risk: scams disguised as jobs. If a job requires you to pay up front, buy gift cards, move money, receive packages, or use your personal bank account for company transfers, that is not a job. That is a setup. If a recruiter pressures you, avoids clear documentation, or promises unusually high pay for simple tasks, pause and verify. In retirement, your safety is worth more than speed. So here's your simple retirement side work checklist. You can write this down. What is my why in one sentence? What is my maximum schedule in days per week and hours per day? What is my energy boundary? Meaning, how many recovery hours do I need after a shift? What benefits do I receive, and what official sources or professionals can confirm the earned income rules? What expenses will I have to do this job, and how will I track them? What is my exit plan if it starts to hurt my health or my routine? If you can answer those 6 questions, you are not guessing anymore. You are choosing. Let me close with a balanced message, because I do not want you to hear work is good or work is bad. Part-time work in retirement is a tool. For some people, it reduces anxiety, increases stability, and improves quality of life. For other people, it creates exhaustion, paperwork headaches, and benefit confusion. The win is not working more. The win is working on purpose. If you want, comment the kind of work you're considering and the number 1 reason you want it: cash flow, staying active, social connection, or protecting savings. I can make a follow-up video that lists retirement-friendly job types and the questions to ask before you accept.